Hello friends, Valerie here with a stitch tutorial for leg 5 of the Great Lakes road trip. For this particular clue, we are doing a tribute to roller coasters, and we're going to use a crochet hook and some yarn to make the hills and valleys of a roller coaster. I have a very tiny swatch and a short piece of yarn. You'll have your shawl, which will give you a little more to hold on to. And also, if you leave your yarn attached to the ball, that will anchor you a little bit, which is a good thing. To start, you want to think about whether you want to start low and go high or start high and go low. I figure I'm going to start low and go high. So I'm just inserting my hook into the fabric. This happened to be inside of a knit stitch, but it could be between stitches. It really doesn't matter. And then on the other side, let me turn this around so you can see it. I'm going to put a loop on the hook and just pull that through the fabric. And I'm leaving a tail that's about 4 or 5 inches long. Okay. So now, since I started low, the only place to go is up. So I'm gonna go up and over and insert my hook again. Bring up a loop. And this time I'm gonna take the second loop that I just picked up and I'm gonna pull it through the first loop. This works best if I keep a little tension on the yarn for that loop that I'm going to pull through. And also, if once the yarn is under the hook, if I turn the hook slightly towards me as I pull it through, that helps it stay a little more secure. All right. Once you have it through, loosen it up a little bit. You don't want it to be super tight like this because that's going to pull the fabric in. So just loosen your stitch and try and keep relaxed as you go through this process. I'm going to go up again and insert my hook, pull up a loop, and then draw the loop through the loop that was already on the hook. Now, if I want to change directions, instead of going up again, I could go over. So now I'm going to go over, and I'm wrapping the yarn around the crochet hook so that I can pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull that through what was on the hook. And now you can see how that started to change the direction of the line and where it's going. You can pretty much go whatever direction you choose, up, down, over. You can do loop-de-loops, you can do hills and valleys. It's really up to you and how you and the yarn are feeling. I will say that when you do loops or full circles, it's really important to keep your tension loose. So that's when it tends to pull in the most, I think, is when you're navigating to go around in a circle. So here I'm making a loop of sorts. Okay, and pulling that through and going again. And I'm just keeping everything pretty loose. I split my strand there. Now what happens if you don't like the direction you're going? This is very easy to pull out. You just take your hook out and you can go back 1 stitch or 2 stitches, or you could go all the way back to the beginning if you wanted. But it's very easy to take out and then put back in whichever direction you want to choose to go. So have fun with it, play with it, make interesting shapes, and enjoy the ride. When you get to the end and you're ready to get off of the ride, you just want to cut your yarn. Get some. Again, you want to leave a 4 or 5 inch tail. Once you have cut your yarn, you can just insert your needle in the next spot, pull a loop up through the fabric, pull it through the loop on your hook, and go ahead and pull that yarn all the way through. And then when you're ready to sew down your ends with a needle and thread, you'll just take that back down through the fabric and weave it in on the back. Okay, and as you can see here on the back, it makes a nice clean line in whatever direction you choose. So I hope you have fun making your roller coaster rides. Happy knitting!